When the king tide rolls in or severe weather strikes, scenes like this are all too common in South Florida. From Miami Beach to downtown Miami, flooding has become a rising issue not only in hurricane season, but year-round. Local 10's Amy Viteri is in Miami Beach to explain the initiatives and the unique challenges at both a city and a county level to get it under control. Amy?
Brian, it was earlier this year when Miami-Dade's Mayor Daniela Levine Cava announced the county's new sea level rise strategy, an ambitious plan to keep South Florida's communities ahead of sea level rise and ultimately those severe flooding events. All that water, it's the very thing that makes living in South Florida so attractive, but also poses one of the biggest threats to communities.
Now we have the ability to look into the future and project the sea level rise and see the consequences and to plan and construct. Those are billion-dollar projects.
Miami-Dade's Chief Resilience Officer Jim Murley says the primary focus when it comes to sea level rise is not right at the shoreline. It actually involves inland areas.
Our number one priority, working with the state and federal government, is to update the basic regional drainage system.
Canals like this one in Miami's Little River neighborhood, used to carry water out to the coast, now in need of an updated design and upgraded pumps to handle stormwater and tidal flooding.
The original design thought that the water inland would be 1.5 feet higher than the water in the bay. So water flows downhill and we had a good drainage system. Since Hurricane Andrew, we've had 4 inches of sea level rise.
People living in these neighborhoods say tidal events can bring water nearly up to their doors.
When the king tides are going, the whole street is flooded, and it's just a mess.
One South Florida community on the front lines has already invested millions in innovations to keep streets from flooding.
The people breaking ground on this is the city of Miami Beach. They get these impacts before the mainland.
Miami Beach's new pump systems and elevated streets have made an impact in several neighborhoods, including parts of West Avenue, where Tim Carr lives.
A lot of good came out. For example, you'll see we don't flood anymore.
But in areas like Palm and Hibiscus Islands, how much roads were raised left some neighbors' homes sitting several feet below the streets.
So there's a lot of controversy talking about how much do you actually elevate in this process.
The county now looking into help for residents to finance changes like elevating or flood-proofing their homes. Just one more example, Murley says, of how everyone is in this together.
We start the long process of preparing for sea level rise and making the investments that will protect our property and people.
Among some of the other priorities, getting people off of vulnerable septic systems, shoring up critical county facilities, as well as providing access to safe and affordable housing. It is a long and costly to-do list. Brian.
Now is a good time to look up your flood zone. FEMA updates it regularly, and it's on your county website.